Imagine what people would do if they discovered the young woman was Maomao, Can Lakan's daughter. Because Lakan was currently neutral, people would think a new faction had formed at court. The unclear nature of their relationship would invite misunderstanding and resistance. A small snowball would begin rolling down the mountain, growing until it became unstoppable, despite what Jinshi or Maomao might want. Maomao might not care much for politics, but she had a keen sense of danger. I have also charted the course of the month, and I think this should be a relatively safe night. However, please do not worry even if there is an accident. I know how to deal with it. This was almost certainly true. If a child was conceived, Maomao would handle the situation. She would certainly not raise the child in secret. It might sound cruel, but it was the right thing to do. Any child could be a spark that lit a conflagration. This would be cruelty in the pursuit of peace. The damage would be kept to an absolute minimum. Jinshi hugged Maomao tight. It wasn't out of the animal lust that had been building in him until moments ago. He felt such guilt and pain that he thought he would shatter his own teeth from clenching his jaw. I'm sorry to make you be the careful one. He rested his chin on her shoulder. She gave him a soothing pat on the back. It's all right, sir. Jinshi felt it was something close to a miracle that he had met a woman like Maomao. That was why he didn't want to let her go. He'd gone so far as to press a brand into his own side, all to keep her. Sorry, he said again, and then although he hated to do it, he let her go. He pushed down his desire to simply hold on to her forever and sprawled back on the bed. Master Jinshi. He covered his face with his hands. You can go home for today. Take some dinner with you if you like. You must be hungry. If it is gone cold, you can reheat it in a bamboo steamer. I understand, sir. Maomao gathered up her things and went to leave the room. If you'll excuse me, she said. As she left the bedchamber, she murmured something. This is all right, Jinshi mumbled. This is enough for now. He needed to be clear on his own position. He could not remain the Emperor's younger brother forever. He would have to demonstrate that he was no enemy to Empress Jaikyu or Consort Lihua. A brand on the flank wouldn't be enough. He needed to do something clearer, more public. Cast aside his position as His Majesty's brother and give up the imperial family. That was the only way. What do I do? Jinshi pondered, thinking so hard he wondered if his hair might start to fall out. He was so busy thinking that he missed the last thing Maomao said. As she left, I also planned for the possibility that nothing would happen. She knew Jinshi just had too much on his mind. Chapter 16. Maomao and the late dinner. Maomao heated her dinner in the dormitory kitchen. She had just returned, seen off by a Suhen who looked positively crestfallen. Maomao would admit to being a bit put off her stride, but she was also secretly relieved. She had the knowledge, yes, but she was still a virgin herself, so she wasn't sure about everything. She had gone to Jinshi so prepared because she figured it would be easier to be ready mentally if she was the one who got things started. Once her dinner was warm, Maomao went to her room. Spring had come, but the evenings were still chilly. It might be bad manners, but she decided to eat in bed. Suhen had stuffed some buns full of cubes of stewed pork, eel stir-fry and so on, so it would be easy to carry back. She had put the soup in a bottle and it was still warm. All foods that boost stamina, Maomao observed with a wry smile, then she dug into the buns. Nothing was as tasty as a dinner made by someone else. The food tasted even better because she was hungry. She finished her plate and then sipped the alcohol Suhen had given her. Now what to do, she mumbled. She could guess why Jinshi had turned her down that night. He was no longer going to force his feelings upon her. His actions tonight showed he was giving Maomao priority. Even so, with the wind out of her sails, Maomao wondered how she was supposed to face Jinshi after this. I guess I won't see him for a while anyway. She decided she would worry about it the next time they got together, neatly kicking the problem down the road. She had high hopes for her future self's ingenuity. The alcohol was strong stuff. Maomao didn't get drunk, but she started to feel happier. This happiness brought with it a pleasant drowsiness. Thoughts passed aimlessly through her mind. I heard Lahan's brother is back. Chu had told her. She supposed she ought to go see him, even though she hated visiting the freak strategist's house to do it. I'd like to see Maomao too. It sounded like she was being treated well enough at the Go Sage's house. Maybe she could get Lahan to finagle a meeting with Maomao for her. And I can't believe that guy was one of Joker's customers, she said. The drowsiness and the drink made her mind play games of free association, leaping from Maomao to Joker. She wondered what he wanted, looking for imperial family members. The thought of former branches of that family made her remember Tianyu. She wondered if Joker and Tianyu could be related. Joker swore a brigand had planted the seed of his lineage, but if he hadn't been a bandit but a hunter, that would match up. He had damaged the jade tablet not only to hide his imperial blood, but also the fact that he was from a criminal's family. There was still no telling why the tablet had been broken, but a hunter would explain the beastly smell and gnarled hands. Maybe this Wang Fang guy was looking for former imperial family members all over court. Maybe it was the rumors of such people that had brought him to the palace in the first place. He had been trying to use the women to learn whatever he could. But Tianyu himself was in the western capital. The alcohol and the sleepiness were muddling her thoughts. She thought she should brush her teeth, but sleep was stronger. Maomao put the bottle down and closed her eyes.